Hey everybody, Dan here with painforyou.com. For anybody who's new to my videos, I help people end chronic physical pain. Most pain is not caused by the structure of the body, and if you would like a primer video on what the heck I'm talking about, go to painforyou.com and watch the video right there on the front page of that site. And if you want to figure out if this pain is what's going on with you, at painforyou.com you can enter your email and download my self-assessment and also a document that I call 11 mistakes that will keep you in pain, chronic pain. So that being said, today's topic, I saw a post the other day or some commenting going on about the law of attraction, and talk about a phrase that has been overhyped and over talked about. The book The Secret and the movie The Secret really is talking about the law of attraction. Just imagine it and you know, everything you dream about will come true, right? And so there's even a lot of coaches and people out there selling this law of attraction thing. And what The Secret really failed to mention, or at least failed to emphasize, was that you just can't imagine getting rich and checks are going to show up in the mail. And they even use some stories of people that did just that. And some of that stuff is pretty ludicrous. But it doesn't mean that this law of attraction is completely false and BS, right? Action is one of the things that makes this law of attraction actually work. You actually have to do something. And if that sounds familiar to you, that's because I say it a lot. We just can't think about getting better. We actually have to do something. And so law of attraction could work for us or against us depending upon what we are attracting, right? And so let's say you've got a lot of negative thoughts. It is very possible you're going to attract into your life more negativity, right? If all you do is think about everything that's wrong with your life, you're probably going to work yourself into a depression, which is something I did when I was doing journaling every single day for 6 months. I really started to focus on everything that was wrong, and then I became hyper aware of it, hypersensitive to it, and therefore I became even more miserable because all I was doing was reminding myself every single day what was wrong with my life. So when I encountered that thing that was wrong, or one of the many things that were wrong, I would get emotionally charged and react to it. And so by simply focusing on everything that was wrong, I was attracting and becoming more and more wrapped up in all of the things that were wrong with my life. And so it's kind of like when you buy a new car, right? You buy a new car, you love it, the color's perfect, the car's perfect, and then next thing you know, you're out on the road and you're seeing them all over the place. And you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize there were that many. I thought I was getting a pretty unique car. And so what we start to focus on, we notice more. So people with something called borderline personality disorder, they are so hyper-focused on abandonment, and they are so convinced that they're going to be abandoned that they behave in such a way that makes that abandonment almost certain. And that's just one example of how when you are focusing on something, like for example, if you are focused on and are constantly ruminating on how much your spouse pisses you off and disrespects you, every time you encounter your spouse, you're on high alert looking for evidence that they're going to do that thing again, right? And I'm not saying we should do the opposite and just turn our back and say, they're wonderful, right? Let's repress our emotions and let's just say everything is peachy. It's not what I'm saying, but my point is, what we focus on tends to grow and magnify, and then it tends to bring that into our life. So as it relates to pain, do you think focusing on our pain all the time is a good thing? No, because it's probably going to lead to more pain. And a hyper-focus on the pain and the thing you don't want is going to be much more likely to continue this thing that you don't want. Right? So we can't focus on all the negatives all the time. I'm not saying be pie in the sky, you know, rainbows and unicorns, but I am saying that law of attraction If you don't like that phrase, just use this. What you focus on grows and magnifies. What you choose to focus on, you get more of, right? And so just logically, if you don't want the pain, why are you spending all day from the moment you wake up until the moment you drift off to sleep thinking about, worrying about, monitoring, measuring, and bitching about your pain? It's not helping, guys. It's really not helping. So law of attraction can work against you if you're not mindful and have intention about what you're going to put your focus on. And look, I know it's challenging. I know it's hard. And we wake up and we hurt. And the thing we're doing, we're struggling as we waddle to the bathroom. And it's right there. It's always there. The pain or whatever symptoms. And for anybody who's got symptoms other than pain, I'm still talking to you. Okay. So every time I say in my videos, look, we got to shift our focus from what we don't want, which is the pain and the life of disability and this misery, and shift our focus to what we do want, right? And what is it that we want? Have you actually sat down and figured out what is it that you really want? You know? Have you? Because if you don't know what you want, you're kind of like that ship without a rudder. Who knows where you're going to end up, right? You got to know where your destination is. So think about what you want, where you want it. You know, I'm not a huge vision board type of person, but it can be useful. I've seen people who do great with it. Kind of write out a list. What is it that I want? Fold it up, tuck it in the drawer. A year from now, you may be very surprised how much of that stuff has actually come to fruition. Now, that's not law of attraction. It's just planting a seed. But you got to take action to get to where you want to go. It's like saying, I want to go to vacation in Bermuda. And you never make the plans. You never look at the vacation guides. You never research it. You never set aside any money. You know, is the law of attraction going to just make Bermuda happen magically? Like rainbows and unicorns? No, it's absolutely not. You got to actually do something. So, if you want to get out of pain, we can't just think about, oh, I wish I could get out of pain. I wish I could get out of pain. What action are you taking? Are you doing a daily practice to convince your subconscious brain that these emotions are safe and acceptable and allowed? And shifting your focus away from the pain? Because as I've talked about, neuroplasticity, what we think about and believe and say to ourselves most often, starts to get wired. So if all you're doing all day is thinking pain, 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 what do you think your brain is going to be forming as far as connections in these neural pathways? It's going to be forming more pain connections. And that is how chronic pain goes from, how pain goes from regular pain to chronic. Because if you have an instance where you hurt your back, which you didn't really hurt it, we just had an acute onset of TMS, or this distraction pain. But then by freaking out about it, fear, focus, anxiety, tension, nervousness, research, programming from the medical establishment, from the newspapers, from your family, you got to be careful, you got a bad back now, you don't want to hurt yourself. We can literally teach a single instance of pain to become chronic. And how's that happening? Neural pathways. Dr. Schubner, Dr. Clark talk about these things. We literally are wiring these neural pathways to continue firing, even though there's no injury. Or even if there was an injury, the injury is long healed. So anything over 6 to 8 weeks is most likely not structural, because the body does heal. So this law of attraction concept, you know, it's not this new agey, you know, woo-woo stuff, The Secret, you know, let's just imagine winning the lottery and it's going to happen. Did you buy the damn ticket? No. Okay, you're not going to win the lottery. Sorry to say. So, law of attraction simply means start to focus on what you want. Put some intention behind that. Decide, what do I want? Do I want a better relationship with my spouse? Do I want a pain-free life? Do I want a better career? Do I want to return to work? Okay, great. The intention is wonderful. And envision that. And then the next thing is you actually got to do it, right? you got to put some action behind that intention, because if not, it's just wishful thinking. Again, I'm not going to get fit and muscular thinking about getting fit and muscular. I got to go work out. I got to watch what I'm putting in my pie hole, right? So law of attraction, how does it relate to pain? Again, I've said this 100 times. You got to shift your focus to what you want and away from what you don't want. You don't want the pain, so stop thinking about it all day long. How do I stop thinking about it? It hurts too much. Well, you got to become aware of it. So awareness, again, here's a repeat theme. Awareness is key. Become aware of where your thoughts are going. And then when you catch yourself ruminating on the pain, thinking about your desperate future life of pain, misery, and all that stuff, you got to catch it and go, oh, time out, I'm doing it again. I'm going to shift my focus. What emotion am I feeling right now? Right? Shift my focus to what is it that I want. Let me start connecting, creating some new neural pathways in my brain for the things that I want in my life. The term manifest is really overused in the New Age, law of attraction community. I'm manifesting a pain-free life. Okay, but what action are you taking, right? You just can't think about it. So if you're catching the theme here, yes, with intention, very deliberately think about the things that are important to you and that you really want. What has meaning to you? What's going to make you happy and smile? But then don't just think about it. Take some steps, take some action. And some of you might be saying, well, I hurt too much, I can't do that stuff. Okay, write down a list of all the things you want. And then every day, pick something off the list and say, am I capable of doing this right now? Are you? There's got to be something on your list that you are capable of doing. Some of these things can be done in your bedroom, laying on your back, right? So, I got a boat going by. I'm going to show you. There we go. Anyway. So, law of attraction. Take some action, because it ain't going to happen without the action. So, hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you can take some lessons and apply it towards how you're going about trying to end your pain. And if you're just reading books, that's not taking action. If you're watching videos on YouTube, you're not taking action. If you're hanging out in the Facebook groups, you're not taking action. You're in the research mode, you're in the exploring mode. At that point, I'd like to say that you are interested in getting pain-free. But until you take action, an actual program that's been proven to help eliminate pain from TMS or distraction pain, diversion pain syndrome, stress illness, unless you are taking action every single day, you are just interested in getting pain-free. You're not committed. So, hope this helps. Let me know what you think. Comment below. You guys are not commenting as much as you used to. So I don't know if that means you're not watching, or if you're bored, or you just, I don't know. Anyway, I love your comments. I love your feedback. And please, please, let me know what you want to hear. Because every day I'm sitting here going, well, what can I talk about today? I got a long list of stuff, but I'd much rather make a video that's going to be relevant for you guys, or at least one of you guys. Because if one person has a question, likely many of you do. So let me know what you think. Send me your questions at questions@painfreeyou, or leave a comment below. I do read all of the comments. So talk to you guys soon. Law of attraction basically means think about what you want and then take action. See you tomorrow.